Sangho Dhammayang Bhagavantam Sangamang Sasanam Ime Sadare Yadaram Harodite Abhipujayama Sadhuno Bhante Bhagava Sunjira Marini Bhutopi Pajima Janatanuga Maharasa Ime Sakare Dugata Banaka Prabhute Patigannato Amma Gandhi Daratam Itaya Sukaya Arang Sama Sambuddho Bhagava Buddham Bhagavantang Abhivadini Smagato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhamman Vasani Supatipano Bhagavano Savaka Sangho Sangham Namami Mayam Buddhasa Bhagavato Bhavapadanama Garangaro Masi Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So, very nice to see you all. Please now everyone here, everyone online, settle down, compose yourselves, sit up nicely, good posture. Make sure you're not touching each other, you look very close together, some of you there. There's plenty of space, there's plenty of room here. And you close your eyes, and as you close your eyes, you leave everything behind you, all that you've been doing, thinking about, worrying about, you put it all down, and you leave it. And you remind yourselves that past is past, future is still in the future. And all you ever have, all you ever really have, is right now, always now. So you determine, at least for this evening, to do your best to keep your attention here and now. And remember too to remain absolutely still. This is very important. Be absolutely still. And we begin by bringing to mind the Buddha, reminding ourselves of our great teacher and inspiration, recollecting his perfect mind, a mind that was absolutely clear of any kind of defilement or corruption. And not just that, but far away, distant from any sort of greed, hatred, or delusion. His mind, too, was a mind of infinite compassion. A quite unusual and amazing being, perfect in knowledge and conduct. Now remember, whenever you think of the Buddha, whenever your eye falls on a picture or a Buddha Rupa, be inspired to do what you can to cleanse your mind too of all that spoils it and causes you to suffer. Determined to free yourself. To be able to let go. And to be truly at peace. And to do that for yourself is an enormous act of kindness, the greatest favor, the greatest gift you can ever give yourself. Now remember, along the way, to be kind and caring of not only yourself but others. Remember and appreciate your good qualities, your merits, and those of others. And do your best to draw them out and make them grow and blossom. And all the while, be accepting of things as they are. Keep your mind steady. Don't let it be troubled by greed and aversion. Keep your mind steady. And now take a moment to just review and remind yourselves of your human condition. Time is passing for all of us. And so we're all that much older than last time we met. And so it goes on. And then at almost any time, any minute, we can become unwell, catch some bug or other, meet with an accident. And then whatever you do and however you care for yourself, one day you will have to go through that door marked death. And so it is for all of us. We have to recognize aging, sickness, and death. These three are crowding in upon us. And that means time and opportunities up. And contemplating these should add a little urgency to what we're going to do this evening. To caring for your mind, cultivating and developing your mind. Nourishing understanding and wisdom. So now, quite deliberately, gather and concentrate your mind. Don't let it now go off in different directions as it wants, but keep it together. And direct your concentrated attention, first of all, to your physical presence, to your body, to just what you are doing, to just sitting. And as you sit, absolutely still, become mindful and aware of your breathing. And try now to keep your attention just there. Wherever you feel or are conscious of your breathing, keep your attention just there. Mindful and aware of each in-breath, each out-breath. Now please keep sitting just as you have been, quite still, quite peacefully. But during the next few minutes, while I'm talking, just listen. The Buddhist path sets out, first of all, to wake us up to what is afflicting us. We live in a very fraught world. And we often speak about peace. And we hold that ideal up. And we pray for it. And we hope for it. And yet, all of us, all the time, are dealing with lives and minds which are not at peace. The Buddhist path begins by waking us up to this, to the most profound and important issue facing all of us: our suffering, our discontent, our disappointments, our regrets and unhappiness, our troubles. And the Buddha tells us that all that he's ever really been interested in is dealing with this. In suffering and the end of suffering. And then the Buddhist path goes on to encourage us to create for ourselves a safe space. And how does it do that? By instructing us to be careful of how we speak and act, and maintain for ourselves the means of existence. That safe space depends on our doing no harm. When we make that effort to do no harm, then we remove from our lives fear and threat. And we immediately become more at ease with those around us. then in that safe space, we have the chance to look within ourselves and to examine why we're not at peace and where our suffering and discontent comes from. Until we do this, the temptation is always to blame things around us and outside of ourselves, and to believe that somehow or other we can there put things right. But it never works. It never really happens, and certainly never lasts. And so we have to do something different. We have to create that safe space and then look within ourselves and be quite clear, quite honest, quite open about really what is going on within our minds and hearts. And when we do that, we see clearly our greed, our wanting this and that, how we continually are trying to draw things to us. We're like sponges, like magnets, always drawing things to us, wanting things our way. And what does that result in? What does that bring? We might believe that for a while we're content, but it's only for a while. And then we find ourselves wanting again, wanting something else, trying to draw possessions and things and people and love and companionship and all manner of things and experiences towards us, and failing. And there we have discontent and unhappiness. When you've been sitting here this evening, very still, very concentrated, I don't know what's been going through your minds, but I can imagine that at least from time to time your minds have moved, and you've thought of what you might do later. You've remembered things from your past. Your minds have moved. And they've moved in ways that have not necessarily been very helpful. Perhaps resenting sitting still for so long. Perhaps wanting to be somewhere else, to do something else. Various forms of greed, desire, wanting, and aversion, and anger, and discontent have probably appeared from time to time. And that's quite normal, because that's the state of our minds, of the unenlightened mind, the mind that has yet to be cleansed. Now it's important to see this, to be able to just observe, to bring what we call bare attention to the movements of your mind, the experiences you have, the likes and the dislikes. And it's for that reason that we have to do our best to be still, to remain still, to not give in to the desire to stretch your legs, get up, fidget, think about this, think about that, but to be able to be aware. And then, with that awareness, with that bare attention, and bare attention means just attending. No reference to views and theories and books and opinions, but a bare attention. Then the nature of things, the impermanent nature of things, the changing, changeable nature of things is seen. And your desire, and your wish all the time to hold on, and with that holding on, with that clinging, is there any peace, any contentment to be found? Just sitting absolutely mindful and aware, applying that bare attention, understanding comes. This week, we're remembering Ajahn Chah. His image there sits in front of you. He was one to say, if you can let go a little, you'll have a little peace. When you let go a lot, you'll have a lot of peace. When you let go absolutely, you have absolute and complete peace. Now, those are words that seem very simple, profound, and easy. But you have to make them happen. And you do it by doing what you've been doing this evening. Being still and watchful, applying bare attention to all that you experience, allowing yourselves to just be and to know. This is the most important thing you can do for yourself. Whatever else you have to do in life, you have to deal with your suffering. That's what people are doing all the time. Avoiding it, covering it up, drinking too much, eating too much, working too much, in all manner of devices and occasions and actions. They're somehow having to try and overcome or deal with this fundamental problem, which the Buddha gives us the remedy for. To wake up and to let go. So do this for yourselves. Create that safe space by being careful of what you say and what you do, doing your best to do no harm to yourself or anyone or anything else. And in that safe space then, become increasingly aware increasingly understanding and letting go of all attachment, of all desire and attachment. And that's enough from me for tonight. We'll sit for another few moments as usual. And in these closing moments, please just let your minds rest with loving kindness. May you and all beings be well and happy. May you and all beings be free from all suffering. May you and all beings realize for yourselves the secure peace of Nibbana. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi Swakato Bhagavanta Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavanto Savaka Sangho Sanghang Namami. So thank you all very much for coming. Very good to see you all. If I can just remind you, we're going to have a little event here on Sunday, next Sunday, to remember Ajahn Chah. The 16th is the anniversary of his passing in 1992. So this period is always a time of remembrance of Ajahn Chah. So, thank you all very much. Have a good week, and I hope we'll meet again soon. Good night.